Welcome to the Franklin Park Public Library. I'm Miss Laura, and today we will be making paper heart mosaics. In your Art at Home grab and go kit for your paper heart mosaic, you will find a lot of different colored sheets of paper and some comic pages from old comic books and also magazines. And these are to use and also white and black cardstock. That's to make the mosaic on. And these are to use for your materials for creating your paper heart mosaic. So you will want to begin by tearing the paper, the magazine or the colored paper into thin strips, and then you can finish by cutting them with scissors into kind of skinny rectangles. So the skinny rectangles are going to be what you use for the pieces for your mosaic. Now keep doing this until you have created a bunch of different colored, a bunch of piles of pieces of different colors. And as you can see, I have some out of comic books and some out of magazines. Next, you can create a heart on your sheet of cardstock. You can choose by starting with your black, either your black or your white. Fold it in the hamburger way and then draw half a heart. Then you can cut that out . You can create a mosaic on the heart that you cut out, and you can also create a mosaic on the piece that surrounded the heart, and that can be like the picture frame. To start, you need a glue stick, and I'm going to start with the picture frame part and just start by outlining the shape of the heart and then putting pieces, some of the colored pieces of paper around the heart. I think I'll start with using the comic book pages to surround the heart. If a piece is too long to fit where I want it to go, I'll cut the end off of it or even tear it off. It's time to choose the next color. I'll test by holding up different pieces to see which one I like best, which color or type of paper I like best. I think I'll go with this pink that's from magazine pages. And I will continue surrounding the heart with another layer of color. So I've got 2 layers on and I'm excited to do the rest. I think the next one is going to be red. So I've made a couple of examples of paper heart mosaics. So this one is the one that is cut out with the heart cut out, and it could be used kind of like a picture frame. So this is using the small pieces of comic book here, and the second layer around the heart is, the second outline is magazine, and then it has colored paper, red, blue, yellow, and purple. And on the bottom here is, this is from another magazine picture. So it's using the colored paper and the magazines and um, the comic book pages, kind of recycling those, and then you also using different shapes. So these are kind of like rectangle little bricks, and then these got bigger on the outside to kind of fill this in for the purple, more like squares. And then these were just large shapes that I just ripped out and either ripped or cut to fit in here. And then the inside part of the heart, I actually, I did this, I covered that with red triangles, and then I actually glued that heart on the white paper background, and then used the light paper to, I drew with a pencil, kind of almost like these lines here, and then I filled it in with yellow, orange, green, and blue from the paper. And then this was light blue paper that that was cut. It was both cut and torn to fit, to fill up the background, kind of like as though maybe that was the sky, maybe this was the ground or something. And this was from the comic book page. So these are 2 examples of making those with the white piece of paper and the white cardstock that came in the heart kit and the black cardstock. One thing that I did notice, though, is when I did this and put the red on the black, I actually like this a lot too. So that was also another option that you could also have do it differently. It seems to stand out because this is a solid, just red, and these are a bunch of different colors around it. And also because these are triangles and these are mainly rectangles. These are mainly triangles. But the heart, it's one of the reasons why it stands out so much on this paper is because this is a dark color. The black and the red are a lot darker than the colors around it. So that's one way to make something stand out a lot, is to have it be dark and the light kind of feels like it goes into the background. For some reason, the sound did not record on this part, so I am going to, what's happening here is a voiceover, so that's why it's not lining up. But I wanted to share with you a couple of really great books that we have in our collection at the Franklin Park Public Library on mosaics. This one is The Complete Book of Mosaics by Emma Biggs. And here is an example in the book of some mosaic, what is used in mosaics, which are small tiles. Here is a table, a coffee table that has a mosaic design on it. So mosaics can be a design or they can be a picture, and they can be made out of a large variety of materials. Here's a picture of a horse that's made out of, the horse is completely made out of squares, it looks like, pretty much just squares. So you can use pieces, smaller pieces, to make a larger picture. This book is called Beginner's Guide to Mosaic by Peter Massey and Allison Slater. And it has some really great pictures made from mosaics. Here again are some things that mosaics are made out of. It looks like glass tile, ceramic tile, even beads. So mosaics can be made out of materials like that. They can be made out of paper, of course. Sometimes people put interesting things in there. Here's a really nice seahorse. It looks like that's made out of glass tile. Here's some mosaic done on flower pots. So there's a leaf pattern. So mosaics can be done on just about anything that you're able to glue material onto. And here's our final book. It's called Mosaics. And that is by Elizabeth Atkins Hood. And here we have, it looks like a box that's been covered. It has a stone cut and attached to it, and it's covered with all kinds of stones all over it in a mosaic design. Maybe that's a jewelry box. It's covered with really beautiful clear stones all over it. It looks like maybe even some jewelry or buttons. And then squares of colored tile on the sides. So here's an example of putting mosaic on a large thing. It looks like a piece of furniture that's like a couch for sitting on, a bench for outside. And here's a dragon. So the shape of the dragon is cut out, and then it's covered all over with glittery and gold mosaics to make the scales. So something that I would suggest doing is, before you start working on your paper heart mosaic, is just doing a quick Google search, kind of like looking at a book for ideas and inspiration for making something. You can do a quick search for heart mosaic images and also paper heart mosaic images. And you'll see a lot of really cool ideas. And as you can see, some of the ones coming up are actually the same. So the heart mosaic images are made out of the things that we saw in the books. Some are glass pieces, some are ceramic, some are made, beads and different things. And then you also see on there things made out of paper. Ooh, made out of chocolate. That's always good. So here's some made out of paper, but you can see different designs and ideas for using this one is really cool. So this is made out of tile, but you could make this obviously also out of paper, something like that. When you click on it, it begins to show you other things that are similar to that. So and then if you look at paper heart mosaic images also on the internet, you'll see ideas that are mainly out of paper. Some of them in here are not, but they are all of these ones that you see for the paper heart mosaic images on a Google search are ones that you can make. Here's one that looks like the kind of a picture frame idea. This looks similar to one that I did, the heart, only this one has a white background instead of black. So here's one made out of pictures, photographs. That looks really cool. This one is really cool too. It looks like a heart that's been torn, a paper heart that's been torn and then glued back. And that creates kind of a mosaic as well. This is a box that's been covered. So these are all really great ideas. So I would definitely suggest looking at the internet for Google searching paper heart mosaic images and just plain heart mosaic images. It can be challenging right now to, get books. You have to check it out at the library and then wait a little bit, get it curbside. This way you can get an automatic, you can instantly just find ideas, similarly to looking at books. Okay, happy heart making. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy creating your paper heart mosaics. Please visit us online to see what new craft kits we have available for you.